Hello and welcome to the latest May 2022 YouTube channel Slot.it and Policar video. Let's start from the cars that we're making this month. First, Nissan GTR R35 GT3 second livery, car driven at the Mount Fuji circuit in 2018. It's a very nice and complex to make decoration. The car was number 18, as it can be seen here, and like I said, it's the second decoration. You may notice that the rear wing, like in the previous car, is not attached to the car. The car is big, so fitting the rear wing in the box would have probably caused damage during transportation. The rear wing can be found here, so remember, before putting the car on the track, if you wish so, take the rear wing out and assemble it on the car. Next, after several years of development, because this car has been on and off for a few times, the Jaguar XJR10. As you can see, the car is very long. Actually, the real car had a wheelbase that was around 25 centimeters longer than XJR9 and 12, so we had to make a longer car. Unfortunately, it does not fit in the box if it's fitted with a rear wing, so this is also left to the end user to put on the car. It's very easy to do. Remove the car from the base. There are two screws that keep the body and the chassis together. One is here, the other one is there. You open them, take the wing, slide it around the rear screw post, and you're done. Together with this car, of course, because it's a complete new body, come the usual spare parts for the XJR10. By the way, XJR10 and XJR11 have not been made very often by modelers in any scale and any type of cars. I think that there's only been a 143 Provence Moulage kit made, so this is probably the second ever model car made. As usual, together with the car, when the body and chassis and the car is completely new, like in this case, we release the spare parts. In this case, we have transparent parts here called CS42V, because the car is CS42A, so usual scheme where V is for transparent part, P is for parts, and T-60 is for the chassis. And of course, we have C42P spare parts. We have the rear wing, the spats, and a few other things. And the chassis, this is the spare chassis for the Jaguar CA42A XJR10. The spats of the car can be either removed or left in place. You can raise the car in both configurations. This car is very long, it has a very long wheelbase, it's very low and streamlined, so it is pretty quick. Probably it's a bit faster than most other Group C cars. So as a balance of performance, I would suggest to race it with the spats on. There, final look of the car. Rear wing, this is what it looks like. I must have mentioned this already in some forums or on our Facebook pages, I don't remember exactly, but a F22 tire compound is back in production, and we have 4 sizes for the F22 tires. We have 1172 F22, 1171 F22, these are the most popular sizes, the other one being the 1207 F22, that's generally used on Group C cars, and specifically for GT3 cars, PT 1323. 1323 is the size which is put on the Nissan GTR box stock. So if you want to race F22s and keep the same size of the rear wheels as you have on your Nissan GTR when it when you take it out from the box. Here you have the F22 1323 tire. The same size is also available in G25 and C1. Now finally we have received the first test shots of the Porsche 962, say short tail, or a tail with a separate rear wing. I don't know exactly. It is certainly a KH, that is a Kurz Heck, but it is the tail, as you can see, has been split in two compared to the Porsche 962 that was one single streamlined tail. So we have here two tails and several different types of rear wings. Under the base of the car you will find a racing wing, which is entirely made in plastic, because the car themselves have been made, or will be made once they reach the market, with this metal frame that pretty well copies the metal strut that was used in the rear car. I hope this can be seen. You see, it's been made depending on how it was made on the rear car. Of course, it is robust. I mean, it's pretty solid, but if you hit the wall really hard, it will probably bend and be ruined. It will be ruined. So I would suggest, if you race the car, to use the racing wing, all made in plastic, that we have developed for this purpose. Now, before I go, I would like to show you some pre-production samples or production sample. One is the Ronnie Peterson #1 Lotus 72E. This is a car which is being currently made, and we expect to have it in a reasonably short time, like say 2 or 3 months time. I don't need to say much more than this. It's can a Formula 1 be more famous and more iconic than Lotus JPS with Ronnie Peterson and #1? Hardly so. I grew up with the Formula 1s of the 70s, early 70s, late 70s and so on, but this car really is something that is really close to any Formula 1 enthusiast that was around 10 to 15 in the early 70s, or maybe older even. The next car is a first decoration sample. We've just received it, and it's a welcome return. Mazda 787B test car, all black, orange rear wing. The wing goes on like this. It's the car that, with a green and orange decoration, won Le Mans with the Wankel engine in 1991. So this is the first decoration prototype, but it's already very nice, and this will be out before the end of the year. So it's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. I think that next video will not keep you waiting for so long as we've done with this video. Actually, it was at least a couple of months that I didn't publish anything, but I think that for the next month of June we will be more timely. Again, thank you for staying with us, and have a great weekend.